this backline with the support duo. Because if not, they don't really have great ways of dealing with them. It's kind of only really FY. Like, there's an Ember that can jump all the way in, but he's probably going to be having to deal with cores most of the fight anyway.
You die. You should have known.
LGD.
It's actually a second word here and a word here, and they were placed at the same time. You're asking to lose the game. That 20 experience is, and I don't know the exact number. I'm just kind of guessing there.
Oh, X-Nova. Oh, no.
Oh, boy. He's in trouble. He's dead. Oh, God. Eurus getting that first blood on X-Nova. So not only did you give the Trine away, but you gave up the first kill.
And Vici got 3 bounty routes. Are they going to swap Eurus and... Maybe they feel like they need the Mars up against the Nature's Prophet. It's their big go-to. Because I thought Slaughter did okay in that lane, but Mars definitely does better.
Shuffle. Taking a look though at Fly getting hit with the magic. So they have a setup for this spear, and Somnus's courier goes down over mid. Ooh. So not dead for that long.
Free courier.
Grimstroke going to come up towards top, so they'll tri-lane it here as they've got a tri-lane for Vici. That makes it a 1v1 bottom of the Nature's Prophet up against that Solardar. And good stroke of fate, preventing the pull.
To be fair, if you're constantly poking away with the harass damage, then it's not a bad skill point. He's already got more regen coming out. He might have to be so careful here.
Flame Guard just the last second. Ricky taking a lot of damage. So does the Venge. PYW goes down. FY will get credit for that kill. And we get a quick pause. There's the haste. He just has to get to it, and he will. He'll come all the way across. He'll take some damage for it, or you're just harassing him. All of a sudden, it feels really bad to just go for this haste rune.
No, I like the glyph though as well, just to make sure he doesn't miss out on too much in the middle lane.
But Somnus with the haste. Need to still be just a bit careful.
I think Ori has to be careful, to be honest. Ever vision down in the width of that? I think he just walked into it. At bot lane as well. They're going on old 11.
Oh, there's the magic missile with the bash, but old 11. So they're in crush. Sprout. Oh, old 11. He just needs to get away from this. Stroke of Fate slows him up, and they get the kill.
I like the preemptive tip from
awesome.
FY as well.
These
bot lane.
All these Treants here. Bash, Southern Crush, Magic Missile, DY coming in. He'll have the Fortune's End too. This time, Old 11 won't get away. DY, the master of taking the kill with the Purifying Flames, does it once again. Comes in.
Because this Deucer has to feel really unsafe now in comparison, right? Whereas if it's like, if they have that ward there, they feel so safe and they feel so good. And they're just going to bully Ori out this jungle. And this is what I wanted to see against the Deucer before, and it didn't happen. But this game, LGD know what's up. They have to make her life a misery.
I think the last time he placed it, it immediately got dewarded, though. This time, the sentry doesn't hit it, so it won't be dewarded immediately. And you take a look, is DY now in trouble? X-Nova's here, too. So they've got 3 heroes. Magic Missile comes in as the rotation from Yang and PYW. Whoa. A lot of boys coming over, but the Wrath of Nature rips through PYW as well as Ori. If they could just get the Inkswell off, they should be able to trade some kills. They get X-Nova, but PYW goes down. The bash is down. Old 11, FY trying to do what he can. Old 11 now on the run. One more shot comes in. Double kill for Ori.
There's a snake in 1 second.
3 for 2. Mystic Snake. Tricks of the Trade doesn't actually avoid it, so that'll allow Yang to get the last shot and the kill. 4 heroes gone for LGD. I don't know if they were expecting that.
Or Faded Brooch for the Deucer. He's going to send it
back. He's got the Ocean Heart. Meanwhile, again, FY goes down, and this Slardar is really taking over a bit. Because of a Broom Handle and a Keen Optic, so Ori just the neutral item boss. Maybe. But here comes Somnus, and they'll get the stun on X-Nova. They'll also bring in Old 11, but he's already got the Corrosive Haze on him. FY into the Sprout Tricks of the Trade, Remnant forward. On the run still is Ori. who's getting some help here from Yang. A two-man Slithering Crush, but that Mystic Snake doesn't bounce onto the rest of LGD, and Yang's just going to die in this situation. LGD come out with no numbers gone.
This warding from X-Nova is crazy. Look at where they were farming. Look, yeah, they instantly deward the ward. They're like, okay.
Oh, but that might cost DY his life.
He's fine.
He'll be okay. And that's... Hold on, I'll say it when this fight finally ends. Eurus comes in, Spear will lock up the Phantom Lancer, but this is all just to get the bounty rune. Meanwhile, on the other side, though, they've got the Ink Swell. They'll spot PYW. The swap won't get him far enough away from the popping of that Ink Swell, and now they'll find DY. They also have Eurus, who goes into the arena, but they've got the Remnant as well as the Doppelganger just to get out of it, so the Mars arena really doesn't feel that effective against these heroes of LGD. However, they just don't want to dive too far. They've got Yang who can give the Corrosive Haze and really make this fight a struggle as Ori comes in. Looks over at Old 11 with the Stone Gaze. The only one turning the stone is Chalice. F5 finally makes the jump, and they're starting to get around this Medusa. They'll finish off Ori, and they're just continuing to clean up some of these kills. And it is wand into the Fusel Blade for the Riki after picking up those phase boots, something we talked about. There's the Ink Swell with the Blink Strike. Tricks of the Trade comes in. Old 11 starts with Yang's Courier, then moves over and turns his attention onto Yang. He's silenced, but a lot of numbers coming in. There's the arena. They should get this kill on X-Nova. X-Nova, no Soulbind, so nothing to throw out even if he were off this spear. But they've got the Corrosive Haze. They'll hit the first hit bash on the FY, and now the Slithering Crush follows it up. A lot more minus armor with the Wave of Terror coming in, and you see that Yang's just able to chunk out this Riki. All the while, though, Ori up towards top is getting forced behind his tier 1 tower, and they're still chasing. Corrosive Haze on a Somnus, looking to get those 3 shots so he can finally get the bash. You need to be careful, Somnus, but good slight with the Searing Chains. Yang in trouble, ends up dead. PYW and DY, they'll make their appearance into this fight as Chalice is pressuring them pretty heavily. The Magic Missile hits onto Old 11, Ori getting away with a lot of damage, but they force the False Promise from DY onto himself. Swap comes in, Purifying Flames, as well as the last shot from Ori on a Somnus. They get killed into PYW. Medusa now looking for Old 11. Purifying Flames once again. Can DY find it? Yes, he can. Finishing off Old 11, and they got themselves the tower denied to top it all off.
Yeah, again, like they just throw everything on the line. When their Deuce is in trouble, Slaughter just TP's top. Purge is coming up. Take off the Ink Swell or something. Old 11. Jesus. And she has Deucer coming up. She has Manta, by the way, and a Courier Deucer if she wants to bring it out. Which I assume she will. So she's sitting in the base for some reason.
Ink Swell on a creep. Won't pop. Blink Dagger now for the Mars, so they have that initiation. They've also got the Diffusal Blade finish now on Chalice. Southern Crush misses, but they've got the Stone Gaze. Searing Chains locks up DY as well as Eurus. Heal up Yang. FY looking for an opportunity to jump in, but now they've got the Corrosive Haze. FY, I'm not certain he's going to try and walk into this. The arena's down, and FY just tricks the trades out. So Southern Crush through on a Chalice, going after DY. He'll False Promise himself. Damage on PYW as well. Sleight of Fist does a lot there, and also takes PYW's life. Ink Swell stuns up this Medusa, but FY already gone. However, with no mana, this is a very susceptible Ori. He'll lose his life, and it's 2 gone on Vici for the 1 on LGD.
Which he did, and but he missed the spear so that Riki could just escape with Tricks of the Trade. Like, the fight's completely different if they do manage to get the Riki kill.
Oh, looking for the combination. This is probably the most aggressive game we've seen in a while. They find the Ember, and Somnus gets the Flame Guard off. He'll start to run. Soulbind hits onto the Oracle. They take out DY, so they don't have a False Promise to use. Granted, it was on cooldown for another 10 seconds. They'll focus their attention on Ori. The Ink Swell misses a little bit short. Somnus moving forward. Great job by Yang to get the Blink Southern Crush. I believe that's the Blink reveal for this Sardar. Sleight of Fist once again. Stone Gaze comes in from Ori. Wave of Terror over the top. Let's see if they look to re-engage on this for LGD.
Because if the thing is, if you allow Vici to set their ranks up properly, so that, you know, the Deuce is at the front, Mars and Side are just behind them, the supports are further behind. Oh, Spear. They get
Fly getting caught again.
Like, yeah, so if you ever allow Vici to get in a position where they're ready to fight and they're like online, then
another
So much
spear.
better for them.
Inkso comes in, the damage on Somnus as well as X-Nova is heavily felt. But PYW ends up dead to Chalice behind enemy lines, and X-Nova goes down, but Somnus retreats and gets out successfully.
Looking for those initiations. And Chalice, they see him here.
Diffusal slows up Eurus. Goes back in with Phantom Rush, which is a bit of a surprise, but that's because Old 11's coming back in. Does have the Quelling Blade. You're not going to hold him that much with the...
Oh, they see Somnus on the Ember.
Now they got the Fortune's End out as well as the Bash Spear, and that'll latch.
Nice arena as well.
Got the arena down on the Chalice. They're starting to do a little bit of damage here from the side of LGD, but is it going to be enough? They ball back on this Ember. He's going to remnant forward. They've got the Soulbind onto the Sword Art as well as the Mars, but the damage on Ori is just too much for him to handle. Eurus, he also dies. 2 heroes gone on the side of Vici. They'll take out Yang, the 1-2-3 fall.
And they go Roche.
And right in a Roche, LGD will go.
Chalice there on the PL, I think they thought it was an illusion when it was the real one towards the end, but they tried to back away.
What's the big difference?
Because the thing, this game's all going to come down to like just grouping up and fighting the whole time, right? So like Orchid's okay because it allows them to get on the back line and potentially kill off one of the supports, but they just need to tank up. Because if they can out-sustain this Deucer throughout the fight by like getting Halberd off onto her.
They've got FY right there. Arena comes in, they'll get the spear, but the damage comes out, and Old 11 will get the kill here onto the Mars.
This Observer from X-Nova, man, is so good. You see where DY is at the moment, just to the left? Yeah, like they start picking it out instantly. Like, this is like relentless aggression from LGD, and it's all being enabled because of this vision that X-Nova is getting down. It's actually so hard to play against.
Under attack.
And they're going to start chipping. There's a wave coming in.
It's no longer a one player, but if he wins this series, he's still no longer a one player.
Oh, they
Swap comes in, Magic Missile, and X-Nova. Jeez, that Bash doing X-Nova dirty from half to dead. FY, there's the Corrosive Haze, so he's in a lot of trouble. The Fortune's End comes in. They'll get themselves a second. I believe Arena was used too.
Mid lane, Ori.
Soulbind onto the Medusa as well as the Slardar. They're looking to go in on this. They've got Old 11, Somnus, and Chalice here, but it's as the Aegis runs out. Which isn't a bad idea, because now Oracle gets the cast range from Keen Optic and
yeah, it's also because PIW has the illusion, right, for when he dies. So that the telescope will still be up with the Venjora.
Blink Southern Crush on the FY Spear. It sticks.
Oh, hold it left.
Kill here onto FY. Hold on. That was such an aggressive TP. Sprout on a bolt. Swap comes through as well as the Fortune's End, but they've got the stun on a Eurus, as well as the Phantom's Embrace. Somnus thinking about going in. Ori joining over.
Double Sprout, it's back.
I don't think so. Oh, Spear again. This one hits Chalice. And Chalice goes into the Doppelganger. There's the Arena. Good Arena by Eurus, but Eurus now out of mana. The Phantom's Embrace comes in with the BKB being popped by the Mars. There's the Mystic Snake as well as the Stone Gaze. They're doing a lot of damage onto the Phantom Lancer. He's trying to get out of this one, but he's stunned up and will end up going down. Nobody dead on Vici's end, and they get a huge kill taking out this PL.
Like, she needs to try and get this BKB off before she gets Halberd, and they're going to go for this Roche here.
Which is almost a necessity. I feel like if they don't get this Aegis, he might even switch off the Divine Rapier.
Yeah, he might not combine them until he has the Aegis, but except by the time she picks up this Rapier, the Aegis is only going to have like 2 minutes or so left, maybe. And you have this really small window where your Deuce is going to be insanely protected with this Aegis with the Rapier. But as soon as it runs out, LGA are going to run at you and like try and take it like straight away.
Somnus.
They find the backlines first.
Coming from the back, they've got the Sightless as well as the Searing Chains. It only locks up the Venge, but they've got the Soulbind on it too. This is a problem for the Medusa, who goes into the Mantle, but they get the kill into PYW. They look for the rest. Now binding himself over to Eurus, goes over to the side, gets DY. DY wants to survive and have a false promise to throw, but doesn't have that. So he's forced to buy back. Ori pops the BKB. They've got the Spear hitting on Old 11. Eurus taking a lot of damage, as is Old 11 with the Corrosive Haze on him. And DY, of course, he's right there to get the Purifying Flames kill. More forward. They've got themselves FY with the tricks of the trade. BKB's been popped by Yang now. Son is back into the fight. They've disarmed.
Oh my god.
Massive damage onto this Medusa. Dead for the first time. Spear hits onto the sprouted trees. Yang here with the false promise, so he'll survive for now, but now you don't have the false promise for the Medusa, who's out of mana and out of time. Dead for the second time. LGD overwhelm Vici and take this fight with flying numbers.
That Dusa died so quickly. This butterfly on PL is doing huge amounts of work.
Swap.
Because the thing,
we'll see if LGD how much they can get. There's still a tier 2 mid.
Even if Dusa buys back there, like without the Oracle, she can't play as aggressive as she wants.
Also, I will say we've seen a lot of Divine Rapiers this event. It's been a fun one. I think it's just such a better item since the change.
Yeah. Does he have a heart soon on PL? Oh my god, he does.
Arena, Spear. They found F-Fly. Get the kill. Eurus gets credit for that one. And move forward, PYW with the swap. Magic Missile hits on Axe Nova, but they'll get the kill on Avenge. Yang now forced to use that BKB and TP out.
Jeez. And I think this is the Rapier coming out on the Dusa, like right now. They're going to smoke towards the secret shop to get it. And this has to be like the big fight for them.
It's going to be Rapier into a fight too. Rapier comes over, Courier goes back.
They want old 11. He's going to TP away. Oh no. Oh, he's not. Oh, he is. He's debating me. Oh, big smoke.
Going forward, Eurus hits the arena down, but they've got the silence. Eurus is going to pop the BKB. Medusa, what can he do? He's got help, and let's see what he can get. BKB coming over, Stone Gaze used. They've gotten themselves around old 11 to get the kill on PYW as well as DY, but the BKBs are going to start to run out. The false promise is finally up on Ori, the remnant forward. They'll get the kill on old 11, so they'll take out the Nature's Prophet. Chalice working some magic here onto Yang, but he gets the Slither and Crush. Ori surrounded, in trouble. Down goes Yang. He'll be forced to buy back, but they've gotten themselves around Eurus. They take out the Mars. They look at the Medusa. Only a bit of health left, and that's the Divine Rapier on the deck. Ooh, geez. Yeah, there's the GG. No surprise. Divine Rapier in the hands of Chalice, and not certain he has ping problems, but it's not going to matter as game 1 goes the way of LGD.
I think it was Somnus in that fight, by the way, that got the halberd off onto the Dusa just before she popped BKB. You know, we go back to the itemization from LGD. It was so good this game. Like, they have all the physical damage resistance being built on, like, old 11. They have the Vanguard on the Somnus Ember as well.